Well, hello, and welcome back to Cozy Couch Corner for another episode of Tea and Tarot. Cheers. It's a little bit hot, so I'm slurping it. It won't stay that hot for long. Oh, what can I report? There are breaks in the cloud and blue sky. And there's bird. I was just thinking, have I seen any birds today? And just to prove that there are birds, there was probably a sparrow just flew past while I was looking at the clouds. So I've seen a sparrow. Not sure if I've seen anything else today, but I can hear the seagulls on the chimney. Yeah, the universe is going, yeah, there are birds. Look, we're here. Right, I was doing some channeling. Some stuff was not for public consumption, but what was yes, AI would become dangerous. I mean, for some people, it's been dangerous already with like stupid dangerous medical advice, and all the rest of it. So it would become more dangerous if it was allowed to continue. But AI is going to be overthrown when all the other stuff is at the same time. All the other stuff is overthrown. So, because I get a bit worried about AI, because I had this theory that if AI continued, it would end up with the same attitude as men have in the patriarchy to humans, and it would decide that, it would use the same arguments, wouldn't it? Oh, well, humans aren't as intelligent as us. They're not as strong as us. They're too emotional. They make bad decisions. We should take charge. We should be in charge of everything. We should make all our decisions for them. So yeah. So I was thinking about that the other day. AI will end up like the patriarchy, and then men will get treated like they treat women at the moment, or at least how patriarchy treats it. Yeah. So that was the thought I had, but amongst other things. But yeah, AI is not going to get to that point. It's going to get overthrown with all the other systems. Yeah, and the systems of control are far more insidious and is it involved? I'm trying to think of the right word. I keep seeing like I eat satsumas, like little citrus, little like mini orange things. And when you peel them, you've got the pith, you've got the white stuff, and it's like veins, isn't it? And I don't like eating a lot of the white stuff, so I pick off these strippy bits of white stuff off the outside. But then you take your little segments off, and it's all going through the middle like a central core, and then you've still got bits on each segment around the edges you have to peel off. Like some people eat them, they don't mind it. It's fibre, isn't it? I don't particularly like them, so I peel them off. Then I dry them out and use them with the peel for kindling. But that's the image I'm getting, probably because that's so common to me, that's like the systems of control are. They're around everything and in everything. So it is going to be shocking. It's going to be so shocking when they're overthrown, because we don't realise how much of our everyday life has those systems of control in it, aspects of that, the effects of that. So yeah, so that's going to be a great thing. And it did say it's shocking. We'll be all right, but it's going to be like, what the hell? Because I think, I mean, we've seen some of the the stuff that's going on at the top, I'd say, or at certain levels, haven't we, around the world? And that's getting a bit more, and it's the, I'm getting top down. It's how far down does it go, and how far into our society does it go, and how far into it's all the systems of our society, isn't it? Any of the systems. Yeah, it's just intertwined in everything. But that's all going when the systems of control are overthrown. So that will be good. Um, yeah, I think we're starting to wake up to how evolved it is, how the control systems come into everyday life. I mean, you've got politics and how politics has been manipulated, for example, um, and how that affects people's everyday lives, how that affects in the UK the benefit system. So I think you call that social security in America. I don't know what you call it anywhere else. Welfare. It used to be called welfare. We've got. I've been told not to go there, so I'll just stick with that example and how that affects people's everyday lives. I mean, just paying taxes. It is everybody that works pays taxes. Um, it's in everything. Yeah, it's got its grubby hands. I'm getting this image of grubby hands on a Satsuma. It's inside, peeled one, and it's got its grubby hands. Yeah, this is yeah, these systems of control have got their grubby hands on everything. So I don't think we can even begin to imagine life without them. And I know that sounds weird because we say, oh, the awful things they've done, we want to get rid of. Yes, but can we actually imagine a life without systems of control, without capitalism, for example? I mean, what would life look like without capitalism? Because if I have to grow vegetables, it's hopeless, I tell you. But what is it going to look like without capitalism? What would I'm not saying we're not going to have money, but what would the world look like without money? We'd go back to we'd grow stuff, we'd make stuff, and we'd swap, wouldn't we? We'd go back to bartering. Um, we'd probably build our own houses again. You look at tribal communities. I mean, tribal communities lived quite happily before colonisation, didn't they? And they survived, and they got the water, and they got the food, and some of them farmed. But they sort of supported each other in their community, didn't they? They supported each other in their tribes, in their families, and everything. They helped each other build. I'm thinking of mud huts, to be honest, and people still do. Watched a program on a lady in Portugal who built herself a mud house. Mud and cob, they call it. It's mud and straw. I think in the past it might have had manure in it. I'm not sure, but definitely mud and straw houses. Yeah, perfectly reasonable. So, and you think about all the industries that pollute the world. What would it be like if they were gone? And I really, my brain, I mean yours might, but my brain can't quite imagine it. So I'm sure I'll get there. I'm sure I will. Better get on with the tarot. I've gone off on one, haven't I? Bring on the New World Order, that's what I say. Right. What we're doing. Right, okay. Okay. What good news do you have for us for Tuesday, the 10th of February 2026, please? Okay. Right. I was talking to the universe because I was trying to get past this point of frustration, of things not happening, of people, of justice. I'm just going to say justice, you know what I mean. And I get that's really heavy and that's really tight. and that's really frustrating. Okay. Now, are you giving me that card because of what I was saying? No, that is the card for today. We're having it that way up. We're having it up. Are we having it reversed? Interesting. I was talking about tight and constriction and stuff, and we've got the 4 of coins, but we've got it reversed. Upright, that's about clinging on to things. I mean, it can be force of stability, but that can also be clinging too tightly to stuff. Are we having the wrong one behind it? No. Are we having this one? No. Are we having this one? Are we having it this way up? We're having it that way up. 2 of Cups. Are we having any more cards? No. Okay. Right. Which one do you want me to do? This one? You want me to do this one first? Okay. 2 of Cups. Perfect match. Now, I don't particularly do romantic readings because, you know, the whole thing just at this point in my life is just like, yuck. But perfect match. Ooh, okay. What about perfect match? You know what? I asked that, I got that, which is mind your own business. Is it about romance for some people, but not for everyone? No, not for me. No, I don't want it. No, not at the moment. I go to ask, so what else is it about? And I get this again. Do I have to guess what it's about? No. Okay. Perfect matches. Perfect match. Like jigsaw puzzle pieces. Things are going to slot into place. Sort of. Things are going to be perfectly matched. It's more about what's going on in the world. I'm still trying to pin down what is what is going to be perfectly matched. Can I delineate it like? Okay. For want of a better description, and I'm trying to get away from colour terms, the badness will be perfectly matched with goodness. But won't that cancel it out? Cancel everything out? No. So have we had overriding bad? We've had overriding badness, awfulness, yuck. So what's happened to the goodness? It hasn't equaled it. It's been less than. I think people have been trying, but so we're going to be at a point where the goodness, and I see it like this, and we've got like badness on one side, and we've got goodness on the other side, and they're like, you can't see my face now, and they're like linked. It's like giant jigsaw pieces, and they're linked, and I can see them over the earth. But what I think we'd like is for the goodness to far outweigh the badness. So, this one, aren't we? And I've asked if we're getting that, and I've got like, is it not about goodness and badness? It's not about goodness and badness, although that thing is going to match because it's been unbalanced. It's been very unbalanced. Because a lot of stuff's been hidden, and people weren't able or weren't prepared to do stuff about it. So if we've not got goodness and badness, and the goodness is rising to match the badness. And then what? And I've got mind your own business again. I'm struggling with that because I'm not getting the details. So are we going to have something else that isn't good or bad? Okay, I don't know how that works. I know some people teach non-judgmentalism, but it's not that, no. Something that isn't good or bad. So neutral. We'll have something neutral. Well, the world's not going to stay neutral. So the good and the bad that match neutralise. And then we've got a slope going up, but you said that's not good. That's increasing. So we don't know what's increasing, what we're having instead. Whatever it is, after the good and bad has neutralised each other. When I did look at the timer, I got 1616, new beginnings and gifts. So that might play into it. But it's this, that something's going to be increasing. But I don't know what that is. Do we have... No. Not for this time. Okay, don't want any more on this card. No. Okay. For a conscious... which I'm told to turn up the other way. Again, we had that last time, didn't we? I had to do it reversed, and then they turned it round. Okay. The first thing I can see... No, don't talk about that. Are we talking about clinging on to old systems? Yeah. We get this a lot, not clinging. I mean, we usually get not clinging on to old beliefs, limiting beliefs, old ways of thinking, old behaviour, and that's usually on a personal level, and that's things that have been programmed into us. But this is more widespread than that. This is more about clinging to systems. Is it like clinging to financial systems and the systems of power and control? And we're going to have to let that go. But that's not going to be, no, it's not immediately. But yeah, we're going to have to get a bit more open-minded, I think, and to see past, or at least to see past the systems that are in place. Because that's like my thing, I can't imagine a future that doesn't have the systems of control. But it's the fact that despite all the yuck, that people are probably still going to try and cling to things, that are going to try and cling to some of the old systems, try and cling to the systems of control, even if it's not for their benefit. I mean, it's for some people's benefit, but for the majority of people it isn't. But because that's what we're used to, and because that's what we've always done, we're going to try and cling to these systems. And they're being overthrown, so we need to be able to let go of them and not perpetuate them and not reinstate them after they've been removed. Squashed. I've got squashed for some of them. Right. Okay. No, we're not talking about that. Okay. So in order to thrive, we're just going to have to... It'll be a whole new way of being, won't it? Because so much of our life we don't realise is controlled by the systems that are in place. And we're going to have to learn to function without them. Okay, there we are.